What's going on, everyone? So today I want to answer a question that I feel is going to get asked a lot more as Fallout 76 grows and gets a bigger fan base, and mainly just a newer fan base of people who haven't really played Fallout much before. So this video is just all the essential information you need to know about building a camp and making sure your camp is successful and safe and just great in general. But before we get too far into that, I just want to give a quick shout out to Mossy for giving me this information and sort of teaching me. He's played Fallout a lot more than anyone I know and I have, and probably anyone I know combined. So this video is a bit of information from him and a bit of information from stuff I've learned. So anyway, let's just get straight into the video. So starting out, the location of where you set your base will influence a lot of how your base works and whether it's a good base in general. What you want to do is equally place it somewhere that's just off of the track a little bit, and also somewhere that's close to a populated area, because fast traveling is fairly expensive in this game, so you don't want to put it somewhere in the middle of nowhere. Or if you do plan on putting it in the middle of nowhere, just make sure you've got a public workshop in probably the other part of the map. So following that, another essential in your base is defense. So what you're going to want to do is when making turrets or walls or pretty much anything that can defend, you want to look for a higher MK level. That MK level pretty much states how strong your item actually is. If you have an item with a low MK level and an item with a high MK level, obviously the one with the higher MK level is going to be way more powerful than the one with a lower MK level. And while you're working on defense, what you're going to want to do is try and limit your base just to one entrance and one exit. I don't really think you need to worry about other players destroying your base unless they're really toxic, but you do have to worry about environmental things destroying your base, whether that be scorches or robots or just whatever. Another way you could do this, if you plan on building above the ground level and you plan on making it so no one can actually jump onto your base, what you can do when you leave your base is just remove the stairs, because that way no player or environmental character will be able to destroy your base unless it's a scorch beast. But usually they won't attack a base if you're not there, and they have no need to, so you wouldn't need to worry about that. So finally, moving on to the final part is the essentials, and by the essentials I mean things you need to survive in your camp. Now of course they are beds, stash boxes, some sort of water device, some sort of food device, a cooking area, and more than likely you will need a weapons bench and an armor's bench. And possibly even some sort of chemistry lab, because that can be extremely useful as well. Now there are a few other types of things you can build to make your life a little bit easier, but they're not as essential as what these are. And if you can't afford all these, just try and make the cores to what your build is. So for example with me, my build is a gunslinger build, so I have pretty much a lot of armor and weapon bases where I don't have any chemistry base or anything else, just because I find myself doing modifications to my guns and making them stronger and repairing them. And finally, you're going to need a couple generators. Now with this whole video, in essence, that's pretty much it. They're all the essentials you need to make a safe, secure, and great base. Now I'm sure there's probably a few other things you can do to make your base a little bit better, but I don't really class them as essential. So if you have any cool ideas that I've missed or skipped over, feel free to post them in the comments, because I'd be really keen to see what you guys get up to and how you build your bases. Because at the end of the day, this is a very collaborative game, and it's a game you can share with other people. So your opinion will matter just as much as mine does. So in the top link of the description, you will see a link to a Discord chat. That Discord chat is my Fallout 76 Discord, and if you have any sort of Fallout 76 stories or just Fallout 76 talk you find interesting, feel free to go there and post it, because I read as much of that as I can. And if you're one of my regular viewers, there'll be more Sea of Thieves content soon, I promise you that, because there's a bunch of new stuff coming out. And I also have my Sea of Thieves Discord in the description as well. So I'd just like to say one more time, big shout out to Moss for making this video possible. And with that being said, I'll see you all in the next one.